Hello. Who besides me is so excited to be coming out of the deep freeze that we've been experiencing lately? I know I am thrilled to be warming up some, and I'm guessing the rest of you are too. And today, I really want to do a follow-up on Michelle Millardy-Gay's live she did last week. You've seen quite a few posts about that, but I really wanted to address a little bit more because it is so relevant to the changes in career paths that we are all experiencing right now. You see, her presentation wasn't just about LimeLight. It was really about direct sales. And why would direct sales be something that would be a viable career? It used to be a little bit of a dirty little word or a career that no one wanted to go into. But with the changes in how we all operate, how many of you bought a Christmas gift online this year? I bet there were quite a few of you. That is becoming more and more the norm. And with direct sales, there are so many opportunities that are out there for you to do something more. And that's why there's so many different companies. If you didn't listen to that presentation, and you can actually scroll down on my Facebook page and see that, you'll be able to hear a little bit more about direct sales and why it would be a great opportunity for you. So I'm just going to kind of recap. It's like a little shorter version of that. So the first part of this, I'm going to be talking about direct sales in general. And why would you look at that? Well, number one, I've already said that you would look at it because of how we are changing in our buying power today. And there are hundreds of direct sales companies, thousands of companies out there, and they offer a gamut of products that would be available. So why would you do it? Well, number one, it could be financial. So you may be having financial difficulties. Maybe it's to get your child in club soccer. Maybe it's a college savings fund. Maybe it's to pay a bill. Maybe you decided to stay at home, so you need to supplement that income. Maybe you retired and you want to do some traveling, so you need a little bit more expendable cash because you've decided what you needed to take care of your regular bills. We all have different needs, and so there would be different financial opportunities that you would be looking for. So that to me is really the first reason that anybody would look at a career choice. The second would be social. Excuse me. So now the social aspect is very important too, because if you had a career and maybe you decided to stay home with children, now you're a little bit more isolated than you were before. Or maybe you have a job where you just work from home for another company and you're not getting out very much at all, or you retired. And that social network you had with the people that you work with, you now are not feeling that. You've been away from the office, and the longer you're away, you don't have that interaction with the people, or at least not quite as many of them. And it's a proven statistic that it's important for us to have social activity, to interact with others for our own well-being. So it might be something you're lacking, and that's something that direct sales could give to you, both from a client perspective and from the co-workers that you're going to work with. The third, and it's really the one that I don't really encourage folks to look for, is just to get the products at a discount. You know, maybe that's something that it's interest to you, and that's why I bring it up, because it is a reason that a lot of people do join direct sales, just not one that I'm as excited about. So the first two, financial and social, those are it for me. Those are the things that are really important. So when you do that, why or how do you come up with a company? Well, right now, if you're with a company, you've already looked at all of those things and you've probably addressed those, and you can probably resonate with what I'm going to talk about. But if you're not currently with a company, but you're maybe considering doing direct sales, there are three things that I would really encourage you to look at. They are what I call the pillars for a business. And the first one are the products. Are the products something that you can be passionate about? If you're not passionate about the product, people are going to know that. You need to be able to say that my product is the best product and believe it with all your heart, or at least I believe that has to be so. You also have to be confident that your company will not change the integrity of that product, so that when you're putting your name and your reputation behind something, you need to know that the company is going to stay at that level. The next part of that is the culture of the company. You know, there are some companies that are very competitive, and that's an environment that works for some. But again, statistically, those areas where we work in collaboration are much more healthy environment for you to be in. And that's what many of them are about: collaboration, supporting each other, cheering each other's success, because if one succeeds, more can succeed. And I think that's very, very exciting. The third part about that is the compensation. And many have different faucets. Some of them are the same, the compensation plan, but you need to look at what works for you. Maybe you want to build a team. And so you want to really focus on that structure and the compensation within your team structure. Maybe you only want to do sales. That's fine too. What would you have to sell to get the income that you were really looking for? So some of these things are very, very personal for you to evaluate. I can't tell you which one's going to be the best for you because only you know your personal circumstances. But I can help you if you're looking at LimeLight. See if maybe this could be a fit for you. So now, why LimeLight? You know, I've kind of talked about direct sales, and that's great. So why would I recommend LimeLight? Well, number one, the integrity of the products for me is going to be there. The family business has been in this industry for over 60 years, and they are not going to jeopardize the reputation they've built in the beauty industry by giving out subpar products. So you can know that every single product that LimeLight presents is at the highest caliber. The culture, it is incredibly positive. They are supportive. That is something they train on. They enforce that on an every single daily basis, that we build each other up. We don't tear each other down. We celebrate each other's successes, and that is so important to me. The compensation, it is great. When it was presented to our CEO when she was looking at the company, her question to them as they presented all the different options is, why can't I have them all? She wanted to be sure that women are going to be paid their worth. And I love that about our company because she is all about giving it out. And when we had the first group of people reach the top of the company, what did she do? She added another tier of payment. So that is why LimeLight is truly a company with a heart, with a passion, and with a product that is beyond anything that I've seen before. So another reason to go with LimeLight, it's still a very, very new company, and it's still growing. There is no saturation point anywhere in the country. Not only that, we have a global partner, L'Occitane, who is seen as a leader in the skincare business globally. They sought LimeLight out. That tells you about the product and the culture from which we are working, that a brick and mortar store of their caliber wanted to work with LimeLight. The next thing I want to say is that this year we are going to start our international expansion, and that is so exciting to be on the cutting edge of that type of growth. This is truly an incredible opportunity for you. So, how would you become a beauty guide with LimeLight? Well, I would encourage you to go back to the beauty guide who introduced you to it. If you don't have a beauty guide, I will be putting a link in the comments section so you can go out and see a little bit more about it. But I'm going to give you some of the highlights here. Number one, it's an investment of $169, and that includes over $350 in product. That is huge. I mean, and they're all products that we would use. Moisturizer, mascara, things that there isn't anybody who wouldn't be able to use some of that, right? I tell a lot of people, if you're not sure, maybe you want to try it for 90 days. See what happens. See if the culture for you is the same as it is for me. See if you agree that our training program is one of the best around. They're not just training on the products, we're training on personal growth. And that's one of the other things I love, because in order to succeed, you always need to be growing as a person. And LimeLight is making sure that that's happening for all of their beauty guides throughout the country. The other cost you would have is $9.95 for the second and third month just to have your website. That's it. That's all the investment you would have. So what would be the downside? Gee, you'd have a bunch of really incredible products at a very low price. Doesn't sound too bad to me. But what are the possibilities? What if you took a gamble on yourself? What if you invested in you? just to see what happens, to see if you could make your dreams come true. Well, you know what? The possibilities are endless. That's all I have for you today. Remember, if life gives you limes, be the light. Have an amazing day. Let me know if you have any questions. See you soon.